And Ashna, what do the families hope they would get out of this meeting this evening?
Well, I think the first and foremost thing that they've wanted from the very beginning is face time with the ministers that can actually do something to change potential policy, perhaps even legislation. So inside Portcullis House in Westminster today, there are some 10 family members or so who are gathered alongside the Safeguarding Minister, Jess Phillips, as well as Alex Davies-Jones, another minister that works on the Violence Against Women and Girls brief. It's important, this story, because this, for the second year in a row, this year has seen more victims of domestic abuse take their own lives than those who are killed by their partners. It's why that families who've been lobbying for years, some of them, are adamant that they want those abuse perpetrators who they say led to their loved ones taking their own lives, being charged with either coercive and controlling behaviour or even in some cases manslaughter. This is also the will from members of the National Police Chiefs Council who also work with women, predominantly women, that have been affected. We've also heard from the families of men too who have also been in that very same predicament. What they are criticising is largely the lack, as they see it, professional curiosity from investigators, from officers, from detectives. They are arguing that when a loved one has taken their own lives and it's deemed to be suicide, they only hang around for an hour or so and are not asking the right questions. What they want to see perhaps is police being compelled to ask and dig deeper of those right questions, perhaps forcing them to do so with the right training. But of course that relies on resource and it relies on capacity. One of the women that I've been speaking to today as part of a press conference that they held, the families, before the event here in Westminster, is Phyllis Daly. Her daughter Jessica Laverack died by suicide. And Phyllis, once she managed to get to the coroner's inquest for her daughter, the inquest decided and ruled that Jessica, her daughter, had died by unlawful killing, even though she had taken her own life. Here's a clip of what she told me.
It's a thing we've been working for ages. It seemed to be a long journey because we've all known where we're aiming for and where we wanted to go and to get to the launch. Just doing just talking about it amongst ourselves, getting like Pragna and Rosie to sort of back us and come along this journey with us, guide us. And it's just now we've come to that thing where hopefully people will listen to what we're saying. Because by all these good policies and launches and procedures, there's mums and sisters and brothers all out there fighting for this. It doesn't sometimes come from this Home Office this government policy. It's usually family members that have highlighted this and strove to get the acknowledgement of it.
It's been 7 years for you. Are you thinking about Jessie today?
I think about my Jessie every day because she brings me nothing but joy and pleasure. But sometimes I can't bring my Jessie back and I can't change that. But what my Jessie would love is that I'm doing it for all the other Jessies out there. There's a lot of families like my daughter or brothers that would want somebody to do it to prevent it happening to them. You know, I think about my grandchildren. I want this world a better place. And if I can get government to listen to us as families, then I've done a good job.
What I've spoken about in the piece that viewers will have seen today is that often it comes down to the inquest for families to learn about the circumstances in the event of an unexpected death. Your Jessie, her inquest was landmark. Would you like to see that replicated for other families? Because it's rare, isn't it, for someone's death to be deemed to be unlawful?
Yeah. I would like to replicate it, but actually getting to the inquest is expected to us to navigate and find out that information. Straightforward, after Jessica allegedly took her life, I was given, within 2 weeks, I was given 1 hour's inquest. That was it, job done, finished. Straightforward suicide, no acknowledgement. I secured a DHR by myself and got them to acknowledge that. The coroner then gave us a 3-day inquest. But then I still wasn't happy, so I got my own legal team to come in, and then we got a 6-day inquest. What my worry is that information was there from day one. Had it not been for us as a family getting all this information, getting a legal team, fighting to get Article 2, I never knew about any of this. But why do they expect us to navigate? And it's a postcode lottery. We couldn't get funding because we owned our own house and we worked. But yet another family can get the funding. So do we not go to court and get sort of the same service? We should all be on equal footing. All these legal teams should give us a percentage of what they say. It's just like putting us into a lion's den. We don't stand a chance against these top legal teams of the police, health. So we need to go equal to them.
At the core of this, do you believe it's failings, that the girls have been failed by multiple agencies? I mean, how have you seen that happen again and again since your Jessie died?
The failings from multi-agency working continues to happen. I believe my Jessica wanted to live. What she couldn't live was a life of domestic abuse. When she was abused, she was strangled till unconscious. She put her hands up and went to professionals and said, I thought I was going to die on this day. Please help me. That's at the point where they should have put their arms around her in that multi-agency forum and protected her. They should have made her safe. But what's the first thing they do? Oh, well, you have to move area because the perpetrator, we can't protect you from him. They should be protecting her from him. You're going to make her isolated to an area she doesn't know. She had to give up her own home with a mortgage on it to then go and rent a place and get a house repossessed. We just don't protect the victim, that multi-agency. It's too much silo working with institutionalised blinkers. It's not my agency, not my problem. And it's all our problems. We have to get to the bottom of this and start working together. The MARAC system is that system that is there to help them. We're supposed to have that multi-agency forum, but half the people don't attend. Nobody gets allocated set roles to say, look, she's not with a GP, that is your job, come back to me when it's done. There's no protection for that victim. So, of course, what they're going to do, they're either going to go back to them because they maybe could survive there, or they go under. So many have alcohol addiction, some form of addiction problems, but then they don't see the domestic abuse as that was cause of that. Like the sleep deprivation was through night terrors, all caused by the horrific abuse. But they don't see things. Everything's in isolation that they treat.
But no one's actually seeing the woman that's in front of them.
Nobody knew Jessie as a person. They just saw this victim that she had become. And sometimes I would have loved them to know the real Jessie.
And who was the real Jessie, Phyllis?
Jessica was amazing. She was so beautiful. She was absolutely stunning. I know every mum thinks that, but she was fun, she was happy, she was always up to mischief. From being a child to an adult, she was no better. But family and her nieces and her sister, brother, we was just her world.
What would she make of your work, including what you're doing today?
Jessica would be disappointed at first that she caused me so much work and heartache, and it was heartache and challenging. But when I got that landmark case, that's the day she would have been proud of me. She'd have been proud that actually all what we did for all those other victims out there, how it might make change to help them. That's the day. And even now, as I continue to campaign, I'm thinking, Jessica would love this. She would love that we're helping somebody else, because that's all she was about, is helping others.